For 5 years now, I've been alone, and officially we are separated. She actually filed for divorce. Even over there from the court, they asked me if I still desire to have her. I said yes, because I don't want to have a broken home. But she was doing good. Then she got a job with an oil company. That was where the whole thing started from. I called her. Even when she left, I was trying to reach her. She told me she's in a relationship. Before she this very divorce formally, she told me that she's in a relationship. While I was still hoping that she would come back to me. And I called her, she said she's in a relationship. And there was a day she sent me a text message that she cannot come and start from the scratch with me. When I got that message that she cannot come and start from the scratch with me, I had no option than to just conclude that, because I could not afford to take care of them. My name is Engineer Samuel Ali. I'm a telecom engineer. I met my ex. Then I was working with a telecom company. Things were rosy then because I had vehicle, in the company. I had like 4 vehicles in the company, and they were paying me, each car, they were paying me like $1,005 per vehicle, and I had 4 with them. So apart from the salary, so I was getting good pay. I've worked both here and outside the country even before I got married. So things were okay. I made sure I provided for my family. I do whatever everybody know that a man is supposed to do for his family. I was living up to my responsibility. But as time goes on, the lady, the small girl they brought to my house, which was not actually from the beginning, we agreed never to bring a house help into the house, but somehow, my ex-wife now, manipulated and brought in a small girl to come and stay with us as house help. When the lady came, I lost everything. I was getting offers, and just all of a sudden, the whole thing was changed. I sold all my cars. I couldn't get a stable job any longer. And I came back one day and I saw the girl was crying. What is the issue? She said she has done terrible things. What are the terrible things you've done? I was thinking maybe she broke something, just like normal kids would do, because I took her as mine. I gave her my surname. She was attending the schools that my kids are going. I put her in extra classes to make sure, because I believe that, for that little girl to be able to take care of my children, she must be academically good too. I need to take care of her very well for her to be able to take care of my kids. So I provided for her like my child. In fact, in my area today, they still believe that girl is my child. Nobody will ever believe that she's not my child because of the way I treated her. And she came out, she was like, "Daddy, I'm sorry, I've done terrible things." "What have you done? Get up." She said no, she cannot get up, that she will need to be on her knees while she confessed what happened. She told me that before she left her village, that they told her to come and wreck me. Who? She started naming names. She said, "Do I know them?" He said, "No." "What offense did I do to deserve that?" He said, "Nothing." I got an offer to go and work in England then, because the company wanted an experienced telecom engineer and a married person, so that they will train him there. They are bringing their own equipment to Nigeria here. Once they train me there, I'll come here and train other guys too, then we'll start. So they were willing to work with me because I had everything it takes. And they were happy that I have everything because I'm a certified engineer. All of a sudden, they decided not to get in touch with me again. And even my contact over there was surprised that he doesn't know why this is happening. And I lost that opportunity. Another one came in Senegal that I was supposed to go. My salary was supposed to be around $2,500 or $3,000. They've sent me everything. They turned it down again. They said they omitted my name and all that. I had a little job I did in Yobe State. All of a sudden, they said they had to stop the job for no reason. So she said, actually, in the night, anytime I come up with that good news, that if they visit and she tell them that her daddy is leaving, they will tell her, don't worry, that he's going nowhere. And they'll find a way to make sure they frustrate the whole thing. I said I will not pay evil with evil. For the fact that you did that, we'll stay together and we'll go through it together. You will finish your school. I will not drive you. You stay with me and complete your education before I'll send you back, because I know the pressure will be much on me because I've sold virtually everything I have. She completed her education. I now sent her to her parents. The sister was crying when she had, because even her dad, according to what the sister said, will not do what I've done. She don't know why they used the girl against me. Before the lockdown, even my ex-wife, then she had no work. She was not working. Then at the time, through a friend of mine, she was able to secure a job. I was happy because when she was not working, it affected her mentally. But I stood by her and made sure I console her whenever that kind of challenges comes up. I stood by her, until she finally got that job. Because my prayers always is not even for me to get a job, but I wanted her to be engaged because it was affecting her mentally, So, and God actually answered our prayer. She got the job. When she got the job, then there was a lockdown. After the lockdown, I was not working. I had nothing. All of a sudden, I began to notice some changes in her. I call her mommy, and she called me daddy, those pet name kind of, because I wanted my children to grow up hearing like my name is daddy and her name is mommy, not calling her any other name, And all of a sudden, she started to call me by my name and my surname. And she started keeping malice. Whenever she comes back from work, she's just sad. What is the issue? Can we talk? What is the issue? She will just flare up. I say, okay, if it means we calling somebody that we respect, at least let him come and talk to us, because this thing is just getting out of hand. We can't be in the same house. You're not talking to me. She will not respond. We're living in a 2-bedroom. Both of us were living in one. My kids were living in one. She now moved to the kids' room. I was alone. What is the issue? At least, no matter what, in every marriage, no marriage is perfect, right? We can work things out. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I have my own shortcomings, but we can work things out. No marriage is perfect. I try to make her understand, but anytime I even want to, she doesn't even give me that audience. Around that December 2020, the children now came to me that they said they are traveling. So I was thinking, because they lost her sister, and her elder sister got married to a Muslim. So I was thinking they are going for their 48 days prayer, because I knew they are supposed to do it in December. So I was thinking that was what she's going in for. But she wants to use the opportunity to combine both Christmas and all that. So, but one, I was not working. Even she stopped assisting in the house. I'll have to go and buy food on credit for me to be able to feed the kids. I'll take them to school. My children the school now sent me that they are going to, because I was not able to afford to pay for their school fees. I had to write undertaking for them to allow them to write exams. I was owing my landlord for like 2 years. She was not contributing in any way again after she started all those stuff. They traveled. Immediately she left, she blocked me. When I was thinking, okay, January they'll come back, I didn't hear from them again. If I called the mom would tell me they are around. I tried to reach everybody I could for me to make sure for me to be able to, like, whatever the issue is, let's fix it. I called the dad. The dad told me that he heard that she's around, but she didn't bother to even come see him. But he cannot be the one to go and see them because the dad and the mom are not together too. They are separated. The dad said he's not in support of whatever action she's doing because he knows how, where, when things were okay for me. But the mom kept giving me hope that I shouldn't worry, she'll come back and all that. But I've not seen my children. For years, I've not seen my children. It happened because, okay, even when she came back to Lagos, coming straight to the house, she didn't. She went and settled somewhere. It was calls that I was making that I got to know. And the day I called, well, that was the day she left the place that she was, that she went with the children. I was like, okay, you people, you knew this woman is there. You didn't even bother to call me to say, okay, why? This is it. You didn't bother to call me.
Apart from making call, it's okay to make call, but you didn't make any effort to like travel down there because she's your wife, just so that you will see them there or something.
She went December, right? So I was thinking, just like I told you, and to be frank with you, feeding was an issue even for me. Like, for me to feed became an issue. You know, pure water, I couldn't afford pure water to drink. Pure water, to drink pure water, I couldn't afford pure water. And that is why I still appreciate my landlord up to today for him to allow me to stay in that house for over 2 years without paying him rent. You know, even though now I've been able to, but he allowed me to stay in that house. I couldn't afford pure water. Not to even talk of me traveling to that place. I managed to get in touch with a pastor here in Lagos that I know she attends his church. So the pastor now called both of us. After a very long while, I was able to see her. And he asked me, he said, this is my position. I want my family. I don't want a broken home. I don't want my girls to grow up in a broken home. I want us to be together so that we can set example for them. I don't want that to happen. He now asked her, she said she doesn't have any issue with me, that the issue she's having is with my family. I was like, but you are not married to my family, you're living with me. So you're not supposed to take the issue of my own family, you know, against me.
If there's an issue with your family,
she did not tell me because I was begging her to even tell me what is my offense, which she did not tell me. So the pastor now said, okay, that if she's still angry with the whole thing, at least she should allow me to, you know, contribute to the children's life. And I said, okay, fine. The best thing what I want her to do is let her open an account for the children so that at least I was able to get something done. Let me be contributing 1 or 2 things to the children. So after we left the pastor place, like 2 weeks later, she opened an account. Every month, I'll send money to the children, send money to the account, separate account. But if I call her, I want to speak with the children, she will either tell me she's on her way or this. Sometimes she will become angry and she will just cut the call. And if she called the call like that, it will take me months before she will pick my call again. If I raise the issue of me talking to my children, she will cut the call. So I became fed up. In 4 years, I only saw my kids twice. I became fed up. And I went to human rights to complain that at least she should allow me to have access to my children, even if it's just phone call. Let me be able to speak with my children. They now invited her. We went, and after hearing from me and her, they now said, okay, they want her to give me at least 2 times in a month for me to have access to the children. Not necessarily in her house because she have where she's staying now, not necessarily in her house, but in an open and agreed place between both of us. She said no. Why? She said that I'll hear from her. The next thing I got was a divorce letter from the court. I went there and we had 5 judges then. When they heard my story, because I was able to give them in detail how the whole thing happened, they were like, why would you want to continue with the marriage? I said, I don't want a broken home. I want my children to grow in normal family. I don't want my children to grow in a broken home. So they advised me to move on. Based on this very thing, if I go back to the marriage, I might not come back alive. My family people, my brother, my elder sister, they left Abuja. They came to Lagos here. They said this thing is getting out of hand. That they will need to come and hear from her. Let's sit and then know what the issue is so that they can resolve the issue. They came, they invited her. She refused to come. From my own part, my family they made effort to see that they can resolve the issue. Her elder brother, her half brother, came all the way from her place to Lagos here. He called her in my presence because he stayed in my house for 2 days. He called her so that at least we can resolve this issue. He will hear from her direct and hear from me direct so that they will know where to stand. She refused to come.
How long were you married before all of this?
I lost my job 2018 when we were 3 years in marriage. I believe as a man, you should be able to take care of a family. And that is why I did not blame her for even saying she cannot come and start from the scratch with me, because it is my responsibility to provide for them. Even when the court said we should divide payment and all that, I do that. I don't make, I buy their food items, I pay their school fees, I enroll them in some classes. I do that fully, not from, the only thing I don't do is the house rent where they are living right now. I feel bad, not for me, but for my children. We have 2 girls, 2 lovely girls. I feel bad because they will not grow up seeing father, mother together. You know, that experience, I feel bad for that. And because of that, any day I wake up and know that my children will go through that, I'm traumatized. It's life. It's part of things that we definitely come across, we learn. And I thank God I went through it and I came out alive.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe.